What's the average retirement account size for baby boomers? Where do you stack up, whether you're a baby boomer or a generation leading up to that? Where do you stack up? What planning do you need? I've got that perspective and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. All right. What's the average retirement account size for baby boomers? Let's break down generations. Number one, baby boomers, huge, obviously, boomers, right? They're not the biggest generation anymore. That's Gen Z, the zombie generation. Okay, so baby boomers, born from 1946 to 1964. That's who you are. So basically ages turning 58 to what, 76-ish, in that range. Generation right after that is Gen X. That's 1965 to what, 1980. So I'm pretty close, I'll just tell you that. Millennials have such a bad reputation, so bad. 1981 to 1996. And then Gen Z, now the largest generation out there. And by the way, they've got the most aggressive retirement goals as well, this generation. So we're going to pick that up in just a second. But 1997 to 2012. Those are the birth years for generations. Transamerica recently did a study about the average retirement account size for baby boomers. And take a look at this article here that's sort of displaying some of the research. I'm surprised, okay? I know that we've got a retirement readiness problem here in the United States. That's part of my job, is to try to help you resolve that wherever you're at. And our team at KFG, we're trying to help people achieve their retirement and financial goals. And so, but yeah, $202,000 is the median account size for baby boomers. Now, breaks down a little bit depending on where you fall along that, 18-year spectrum, something like that. But $202,000, not enough in my opinion. I think there's a gap there between where, on average, boomers are at and where they want to be. Now, does this size, 202,000, does that surprise you as well? It did sound low to me, but keep in mind that the later end of this generation, they're still in the final stages to prepare for retirement. So hopefully, if this is you and you're early in that, you're on the young age of that spectrum, hopefully you've still got another, 8 to 10 years to bolster up those retirement savings and get over the hump. The other thing that I'd mention is this is really the last generation that had a decent chance of having a pension as part of their overall retirement plan. Now, that could mean, you don't need to save as much. And that might be why these numbers are, the median is coming in at 202,000. However, I would also point out that many of these companies that had pensions have since frozen the pensions and cashed them out. And so I would expect that, having pensions doesn't really tell the story, because lots of folks should have then taken that frozen pension, rolled it into an IRA, and it'd be part of this 202 median number. So just keep that in mind, though, about this data. All right, so how do you apply this data? Number one, if you are in this generation, if you're in the baby boomer generation and you yourself are looking at this data saying, I'm not surprised because I'm feeling behind myself, what should you do about it? Number one thing you need to do is create that 5-factor retirement plan. You've got to see right now, are you on track? Are you on track? I've seen people retire successfully with $100,000. I've seen people not retire successfully with over $1 million. It depends on all 5 factors of your retirement plan as it fits within all 6 areas of your financial life. Yes, that's right. Lots of things to consider, not just how much do you have saved up, okay? So number one thing, if you're in this baby boomer generation and you're feeling a little behind with retirement, first thing you need to do, work with a certified financial planner that does comprehensive financial planning and build out that 5-factor retirement plan. Just a quick online calculator, not going to cut it. That summary on the front page of your 401k statement, or right when you log in saying you're on track or off track, that is garbage. That does not help you. That is lots of assumptions baked into that, and therefore not reliable data as a result. And I would also caution against going and working with a financial advisor that just wants to manage your money and they'll throw in this quick retirement analysis analysis for you as well. It's not going to be thorough enough. You need a 5-factor retirement plan. That's the very first thing you need to do. Second, if you're in this baby boom generation and you're feeling a little behind, then try to maximize these last few years of working, okay? That home stretch, that retirement red zone, that empty nester stage, all of those, I don't care what you call it, but that is extremely important time for you with retirement savings, because it allows you to free up some budget and get over the hump and contribute more than ever. I'll just tell you, some very close friends of mine, they had never been able to maximize their retirement savings until they got to this empty nester stage, and they were able to max fund their retirement savings, both of them, for about 6 years, and got over the hump and were able to retire still early, in my opinion. So use this time to make those very meaningful, large contributions towards retirement. Couple other ideas: delay retiring a year. Just keep working for a year, or work another 2 years. That makes an enormous difference. More time for you to save, time that you're not drawing money out. Let your Social Security grow a little bit more. So consider doing that as well. Speaking of optimize Social Security, work with a certified financial planner on that. And then lastly, make sure that within all of your analysis that you set up a way to have a sustainable withdrawal rate from your overall, whether your retirement account balance is $200,000 or $100,000 or $400,000, $500,000, $1 million, okay? Doesn't matter. Make sure that when you retire, the amount of money that you're drawing out of your retirement nest egg is a sustainable amount. Work with your CFP on that. So that's to you that are in the baby boom generation and are feeling, I don't think you're on track, okay? I'm not sure I'm on track. That's what you need to do. Now, what if you're in one of the other generations, okay? Gen Z, I already mentioned. You guys are the youngest, but you're the largest. And guess what? You want to change the world. You've got a big heart. You want to improve things, but you also want to retire. On average, Gen Z wants to retire in their 50s. Now, back when I was young, I wanted to as well. And for most people, they start running the numbers and seeing what it will take to get there, and they're not able to do it. That's not everyone, though. Look at the FIRE movement, the financial independence, retire early. They're making it happen, okay? Lots of sacrifice, lots of intentionality. They're making it happen. So for you, if you're Gen Z, start early. That's the big thing I would tell you right now. Whether you want to retire in your 50s or like normal 60, 65, you've got to start early. Start saving at least 15% of your pay towards retirement. What about Gen X? You're right on the cusp. You're right behind the baby boomers looking at retirement. Now is the time for you to build your very first 5-factor retirement plan. That was the first step that I told baby boomers. If you're feeling off track, you got to build that 5-factor retirement plan. Honestly, you need to do that, but you've got to do it sooner than right on the cusp of retirement. So Gen Xers, this is probably the time where you're building your very first 5-factor retirement plan. And if you've already built one, make sure it stays updated so you know that you're doing the right things to get on track and stay on track for that retirement goal. And then millennials, to you, focus in. Guard that margin in your life. Right now, we're dealing with lots of money sloshing around the system. So hopefully you're getting paid more. Likely you may have switched jobs, so you're getting paid more if you didn't get a raise where you were at. But there's lots of things clawing at that margin. High gas prices, a bigger house that's more expensive, and high interest rates, let alone everything's just costing more. All of those things could be reasons why you say, I want to save 15% to retirement, but I just can't. It's got to be 8, or it's got to be 7, or it's got to be 10, something like that. I'll pick it up later. Don't do that. If there's any example from baby boomers right now with that average retirement account size of just $200,000, make sure that you don't get complacent right now as millennials, because you're making more. Like I said, you've got big life choices. Do we upgrade? Do we change houses? Those sorts of things. Likely you're buying vehicles or needing to make vehicle decisions right now as well. So guard that margin and make sure that you're funding retirement adequately, just by habit, 15%, okay, or even more. Work with your CFP on that. I hope that helps. Wherever you're at along that spectrum, whichever generation you're in, work with your certified financial planner. Make sure you're taking prudent steps right now to achieve your financial goals. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with a K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.